we are having some severe technical difficulties in the city of Cardiff, Wales. I'm the Rasberry. It's Wednesday. Well, technically, right now it's Thursday morning, really early. That's just because I haven't had a chance to do this yet. I've been doing work for my coursework all day, and it's technically, when I look at it, it's still Wednesday, so I'm not breaking any rules. Yeah, the amazing Chelsea has said that this week we are doing our coming out stories, and if you expect something dramatic, then you're sadly mistaken. The first person I told was my friend Gemma. She was very accepting, and then, but I live in a very liberal place, I guess. I mean, when you're like 8, 9, everyone goes, a lot of people will go to that phase where they think it's odd. I thought that was odd, you know. Maybe I think I probably don't even think I realised back then. You know, probably everyone else did, but there we are. So there I am. I was just walking on the park, and I just said, "Jem, are you like Ben? I'm bisexual." And back then I said I was bisexual. Recently I've come to realise that just because you like Winona Ryder, you're not bisexual. You are bi-curious. And anyway, yeah. And since then I've told like a lot of my close friends. Like I didn't go out of my way to tell. Obviously, I told like the people I saw on an everyday basis with, or the people that I partied with, because I 14, 15, underage drinking, FTW. Yeah, so we just had a lot of fun, and everyone was very accepting. And it's like I was hanging out with loads of bi guys. I had this one crush with this one guy. He was about he's like a year older than me. James, that I bullied him in school, and he bullied me in school, and we hated each other. So anyway, there we are. And then yeah, all my friends knew, and then eventually I thought I should tell my little sister, because we've always been really close, I guess. Well, not we've had everyone has their ups and downs, but we always had the same friends. We were always pretty close, and I just found out that she smoked, and if I'm gonna keep that from Mum, then you can keep mine. So I said, Jessica, I'm bisexual, and she just went, I know, and there we are, no conversation. And then, yeah, I didn't tell anyone I was gay until my first week of uni, and it came up in an argument because, I can't remember the exact situation, but I was arguing with my roommate, and she's a Christian, and at the time, she'd said, I can't remember what she said exactly, but she'd said something that made me think that she was homophobic, and she's not, because I've grown to know her now, and she's probably, like, one of my closest roommates, because I love her to bits, and we have a lot in common, apart from the atheism and religious thing, but anyway, I tried to approach her, and she'd like pushed me away, and I'm very confrontational and drunk, so I stormed off, and then when she tried to apologise to me, I was in hysterics. I was like, is it because I'm gay? And yeah, that happened. Happy days. And then she started crying, I felt guilty, and then we made up. And then since then I just stopped saying I'm bi, stopped saying I'm gay. It was like a natural progression, if you will. And yeah, I didn't tell my mother I was gay about months ago. We were having a completely unrelated conversation. It was about like who was staying with who next time we go to Florida, because there's 10 of us, and we have to have a villa, and we try to figure out how many bedrooms we're going to need. And she said, I'll have Ryan in my room, and I said, I'm gay. Because to be fair, how could she not know? She definitely knew. She told me she knew. She said it's the least kept secret in the world. And it went well. It went very well. She laughed. I laughed. My little sister was there. She just laughed as well. It was very, I don't know. And then the rest of my family already knew as well. And now she's like, they've been told by me, by my mother, by my sister. This just come up in conversation, I guess. And it's been a very happy, and that's my coming out story. And yeah, risk of sounding a bit preachy, like not preachy. I don't know the word for it, but I wish that everyone could have a good time coming out as I did. I mean, I've been on a few forums in my time for various things, including LGBT, or LGBTQ as it is these days, which I quite like. LGBT queer, I quite like that. And yeah, and I have read some pretty harrowing stories, you know, coming out stories, and it's like, I don't want to sound like I've got a high opinion of myself or something, but because sometimes you get people and like, oh, I wish everyone could have what I have, and it's so annoying, you know, because it's like, shut your face. But I think everyone deserves something good. Everyone deserves just be able to just say it. Unfortunately, that's not the world we live in, you know. Unfortunately, we live in a world full of hate and homophobia and racism and sexism and religious discrimination, you know. And how many of the great tragedies in the world could have been averted if people could just get along? You know, we wouldn't have had World War II. I'm not sure if we would have had World War One because I'm not exactly sure about the situation there. You know, so many amazing things that happened because of hate. Not amazing, horrible things. That was the wrong word, I'm sorry. But it's just amazing when you think about it. If people just loved each other, you know, loved the planet, then everyone would just get along. It'd be a much nicer place to live in. I don't know if I ever want kids. I'm undecided on that front. I was with a guy once for about a week, and he started saying, "No, we need to adopt kids, and we're going to call them Brooke," and I can't remember something else. Something like it was a girl's name for a boy, and it wasn't like Brooke, because Brooke is quite nice for a boy, but it was a really ugly, horrible one. But if I ever did have kids, I'd want them to be raised in a world where, you know, it doesn't matter, you know, because it doesn't matter, you know, at the end of the day, beneath all the clothes and the hairstyles and the glasses and like whose lips you're kissing, we are all just like balls of just like blood and bones and tendons and organs barely held together by skin and energy drinks, you know, and it's just mind-blowing. People out there, they're still willing to hate someone for something as stupid as one line in an ancient book or something that their parents told them, you know. If I want kids, if I ever have kids, I'm going to raise them. I'm not going to raise them religiously. I'm going to raise them in a secular household. I'm going to raise them to believe whatever they want to believe, because that's the way it should be, you know. People should be able to just say, you know, walk down the street and like just be free to be themselves, you know, at the risk of taking a Sex and the City quote. When do we stop being free to be you and me? That's the one episode all the way through. It was quite funny, surprisingly funny. God, I'm turning stereotypical. Yeah. So, love, good. Hate, bad. I've got 1 minute and 30 left. I should say something funny. Okay. Random facts of the day, or the week as it were. I'll think of some. I got loads in here. Okay, number 1. The word for a fear of long words is hippopotomonstrosesquipedaliophobia. I memorized that so that I can use it whenever the rare social occasion comes up when such information is viable or necessary. Number 2. I think it's York or Yorkshire, somewhere in that general vicinity. There's a town where it's illegal to shoot a Welshman in the back with a bow and arrow if you see him outside after dark on a Sunday night. And it just makes me think, if there's a few people I'd like to shuffle loose the mortal coil, hate be damned, love be damned, whatever, but I don't know, I think if it's a personal thing, it's fine. Again, as long as it's against like one person, but yeah, a few of them Welsh, just like me. So, you know, take them around. Hi, I'm being friendly. Oh, what's that? Oh, shiny little penny, just fucking bang. Bow and arrow, back of the neck, and then they're dead. Happy days, this is Rasberry, signing out.